Alright, so here we are. We're at the IAAPA, the Attraction Expo here in Orlando. And we've just been making our way around here, around the floor here, basically looking at some pretty cool exhibits here. Generally being that we live in Orlando here, we're used to seeing a lot of stuff come into in and out of our town, whether it be Universal or whether it be Disney, and seeing a lot of cool stuff. And the biggest push that I've seen out here on the floor today is a lot of, you can see behind me, it's a lot of virtual items. You know, we'll walk down here, I can show you some of the, yeah, you can see there's holograms in the background. Definitely some cool items here. The America's holograms behind us. So we're seeing a lot of things that are really heavy laden with virtual reality. And a lot of different things. It's pretty cool is that we're seeing it with the technology coming as it is and advancing as it is. We're allowed to experience a lot of things that we weren't able to before firsthand without any risk to ourselves. You know, for example, we have here Holoverse, you know, which is another virtual reality experience where you get to fly over the Gold Coast, and you know, things like this, kind of like akin to the Disney's Soaring. We're starting to see this come down to a more let's say mobile scale, where people can start experiencing it in a local you know, Dave and Buster's or things like that. So we're going to start seeing a lot more of these come around. As I passed by, which was a pretty cool exhibit that we actually did earlier, which is the virtual reality, the VR arcade, the VR studio, where you actually are walking around almost as a Call of Duty style play. It's pretty interesting. But I'm going to bring you now to probably what I think is one of the most interesting exhibits I've found here today. And that's going to bring us to the Extreme Machine. Okay, the Extreme Machine is essentially from a company called Xtrematic. And you can see behind me here, right here, as we see the, I guess that would be the CEO here enjoying his time on the Extreme Machine right now. But the coolest thing I found about the Extreme Machine was that its ability to kind of deliver almost a 4D, you know, a fully immersive experience, is that not only does it have the graphics of a 3D simulator, but it also allows you to experience firsthand. You can experience 4D essentially by the way it moves your whole body. You know, we've checked out a lot of the systems that are here today at the Attraction Expo, and I would say by far this is probably one of the most promising that I've actually seen, because the idea is that you can experience extreme events such as skiing, skydiving, and things like this that you wouldn't ordinarily do. But as you can see behind us, they're fully equipped to do with all the machines that they have, and it's really a truly immersive experience. We've seen people here, compare this to, and I would compare myself to, probably a Sony VR, something comparable. You know, the only difference between Sony VR is that those types of machines, they're basically just a virtual reality, which is you're only experiencing the immersion of, you know, what's on the computer screen and what's on your system, as opposed to the fully immersive experience that you have here, which is, you know, your body moves. The general idea, what I was told, is that it's to make you feel the game that you're actually experiencing.
What'd you think of it?
Yes, I said it was cooler than any ride we did at Universal yesterday. It was amazing.
So have you tried any other VR?
Yes, I have.
What would you compare this to?
This is one of the better ones I've seen because of the amount of motion and the interactivity. You really felt like you were in it, and the graphics were better.
So what do you think about this as a US-based product coming over here?
I saw him last year at the trade show.
Yeah.
I was very interested, but I was a little skeptical. Now that I see him back here a second year.
So coming back again made you feel they're going to be for good. They're going to be around.
Definitely.
Do you think this is comparable to like the Sony VR, the Oculus that they're using, and that kind of thing, or?
Oh, definitely, absolutely.
Really? What about if it's comparable to like what they're using at Universal?
I haven't seen those.
Yeah. What about? Do you think it's something you can see at like a Dave and Buster's or a Fun Spot or something like those type of locations? Or?
Yeah, that's what we own. We own a family entertainment center. This will be a home run at it.
Thank you.
She was holding it back, it hurt so bad. Jumping out of my flesh and I said, go, better cash it. Cash in.
So I have to ask, how was your experience?
Thank you.
Realistic?
Amazing.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So what do you think?
That was pretty awesome ride. That's crazy where VR's going today.
Is it comparable to something you've seen here in the U.S. or what do you say?
If you go to main event, they have a whole VR experience there. I would say it's similar to that. You know, except I can't move around in here. I was white knuckling the bars.
What do you think about it related to like Sony VR, like those types of things? You know, Sony Oculus.
Yeah, I would say it's very similar to that.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.
We've been very experienced, I guess, in going around the show floor here today and discerning what we think will make it here in the U.S. market. And I can tell you that after playing with these machines here, the Extreme Machine, for off and on throughout the day, I have a 10-year-old, I have an 11-year-old son who I brought here as well. And what I've noticed about these machines in particular is that everybody from an older person to a younger person can easily jump on these things and experience things safely and get a little bit of an adrenaline rush without actually having to put themselves at risk, which as a parent I'm happy my kid doesn't have to do that. So we're going to try to go here now and have a couple words here with the CEO of Xtrematic, and we'll see what he has to say, and we're hoping to start seeing them show up here in the US here. This is their second time at the Attraction Expo here in the United States, and we noticed that there's a lot of people that have come and gone from these machines who are comparing it, like I said, to Universal, which is something that's in our backyard, and saying it's beating those machines out and those types of experiences. So we're going to go ahead and see why exactly is Xtrematic able to make such a presence over here and make such a splash that some of these other vendors that we see here today are not. Testing out these machines today here now, and I have the honor of meeting Vladislav. Did I say that right? Vladislav?
Vladislav.
Nice to meet you. Vladislav is the CEO of Xtrematica, and very graciously let us test his machines here today. So Vladislav, if you can tell us, we really like these machines, and I've seen a lot of Americans come around here that actually really enjoyed them. So where can we expect to see, or will we expect to see more of the Extreme Machine here in the United States?
Yes, of course.
Is it course we will be able to see those? All right. We'll have those. I think for me personally, Vladislav, I would see this particular type of a game probably anywhere from a Dave and Buster's to a Fun Spot or maybe to an amusement park. So I'm hoping that you guys can definitely get this over here in the United States, because as we saw here today on the show floor, great job, and we look forward to seeing them everywhere. All right, so we just had an interview there with Vladislav, who's the CEO and founder of Xtrematica, and the founder of basically the Extreme Machine that we have here. And after going around the floor here, actually the Attraction Expo here in Orlando, I can say we live here in Orlando, and perhaps we take advantage of Universal and Disney and these types of parks. But it is actually really cool. Something that Extreme Machine brings to us is they bring to us a virtually environment of 4D, which is far surpasses just sitting there with the regular 3D Oculus glasses on there. You're actually experiencing not just the visual, but you're also getting the movement of the machine. You're getting the fan that blows on you here. It's a fully immersive experience. And what I can appreciate is that it incorporates extreme sports. Now, why is that important? We hear all these things in the news about shootings and all these types of things, and a lot of times video games get a bad rap for that. And what I can say is that with the Extreme Machine and their commitment to the extreme sports, I don't have to worry about my kids shooting up guns and that kind of stuff in video games. I know this is something, if they're going to go and they're going to play this, it's actually something that's a very fun environment that I don't have to worry about the lesson that it's teaching. moreover than that, I think it's actually a really interesting niche market for these guys, because coming to the United States, you don't see too many machines that are focused on extreme sports. So I think that actually gives them a little bit more of a, interesting, input to the market here, which I'm really like to see what they do with it. I could definitely see this type of a machine showing up, potentially at amusement parks or even like at Dave & Buster's. I, for one, can say that I could see where this machine would probably get a lot of use. And to see where they're going to go with this, and this is their second year at the Expo, it'll be really interesting to see who adopts this year. And moreover, we look forward to what they're going to come back with us next year. So again, I think actually out of all the show here today, I think I'll take away is the Extreme Machine is definitely my choice for the Expo here, the Attraction Expo here this year in Orlando 2017. And hopefully you come back and watch us, and we'll see if we start seeing these pop up across the United States. We sure hope so.